Welcome to chaos, speed, and justice on fire. Subscribe now before the sirens fade. Novi, Michigan, the 24th of October 2025. A day that seemed peaceful turned chaotic when Changlin Lee, a crash victim, suddenly jumped off the stretcher and stole the very ambulance that was saving him.
Southbound on 10 Mile. Section southbound, Novi, we believe.
Ready, I'm trying to pursue it and catch up.
Received 1757 from radio. Copy. 41. I'm not logged in yet, but I'm in route that. Units, be advised, there's a patient inside the Metro unit.
If he had just stayed on that stretcher, this would have ended as a simple medical report. But no, he prescribed himself a new cure called Floor It and Run.
It's an Asian male driving.
Yeah, Team Car is trying to pursue right now. Everybody else, just position yourself at different points.
Radio notified.
Receive notifying Marcel approaching map. 40, go ahead.
It's into the construction zone on Novi, south of 9.
The ambulance stormed into a construction site like he was filming the next GTA sequel. Dust flew everywhere, and his sanity shattered with every brutal jolt.
Radio 31, if you have me.
Confirm.
Can we get an update?
Go again.
Can we get an update?
That's about 8 mile approaches.
That's an 8 Mile approach, center. West on 9 Mile. Copy.
If there's anyone near back, if they can head south on back.
A rear tire exploded. Sparks flew like fireworks. The ambulance was dying, yet he kept flooring it, mistaking destruction for freedom, burning what was left of his future.
Don't do that.
He's got a blown rear tire on the passenger side.
Are you still through center?
Through center. Continuing westbound 8 Mile.
30 right behind it.
Just past Green Ridge Drive. Continuing westbound.
I got the radio 30. Raven 40, we're still westbound on 8. 2 miles per hour.
Westbound on 8, 32 miles per hour.
Still westbound, passing my house for him.
Had he stopped here, maybe he'd still have a chance. But instead of surrendering, he drove straight into the arms of justice. The final scene was already waiting.
Collision at 8 and back, collision at 8 and back.
Collision 8 back.
Did you say collision at 8 and back?
The ambulance slammed into the curb, smoke billowing thick. Officers rushed in, guns drawn, ending the dumbest self-rescue mission of the year.
The Asian male driver left the vehicle. What's up? Flash unit 38.
Georgia, on the 19th of January 2023, under the blazing sun, Trooper Cadet Nusal and Officer Santoro spotted a white Nissan Murano with a shattered rear window speeding recklessly. The chase was on.
Para onde ele foi? Vai! Vamos filmar de volta para o nosso canal. Certo. Alcance a primeira mulher branca em comum. Então você pode ter um episódio médico ou algo assim, não sei. A 2 vindo aqui. (538.538) estarei na 1080 George 204 Point Road 78, apenas um veículo a apenas 1080 de nós, 1080. Não se preocupe com quem iniciou.
The Murano whipped around on GA 204, accelerating again as if clinging to a fragile hope. But the officer stayed locked in, never letting her slip away.
Espere, deixe-o ir por um segundo. Queremos ganhar um pouco mais de velocidade antes de tentarmos atingir essa coisa.
Não tente atingir. Eu sei que estamos seguros deste lado. O Atlântico está atrás deles. Sim, está. Pare, espere. Vá. Estamos montando a 204 sentido leste. Parada. Certo, espere. Fique no meio da estrada.
Pit now! The command rang out. Trooper Nusal closed in, hit the mark. The Murano spun under the glaring sun, slamming into the concrete barrier, a flawless takedown.
Tudo bem. Você tem uma faca? Recupere o ar agora. Vou segurar você. Se eles começarem a atirar para fora dali, saia do caminho. Saia. Pronto. Agora saia. Ei, saia, cara.
Officers rushed in, calling for medics. A daylight chase ended where freedom was crushed between steel and bad decisions. Flippin', Arkansas. On the 18th of August 2023, Trooper Matt Sanford launched into a wild pursuit when the suspect suddenly veered off the pavement, diving onto a dirt road like he'd just entered an amateur off-road championship.
Yeah, if he's going out of school, you got to get out of it.
He turned just before he got to the school. We're going towards Texas.
Harrison, I'm on my way over there. I'm going down home.
Crossing the field, headed north.
See if Marion County's getting any closer.
If he had stopped earlier, this field wouldn't have turned into a survival course. The officer chased like a shadow through the dust, every rev of the engine a wager with fate.
He's turned back towards Texas.
Towards Texas. There's one.
Have a unit set up by the school if they can and keep them controlled through the school zone.
There's Roger.
He thought he'd escaped, but destiny had other plans. From around the bend, the white car reappeared right in front of the patrol unit, and one brutal PIT ended his illusion of freedom.
Hands! Hands now! Show me those hands! Hands!
Let me see your hands right now.
Out! On the ground!
Hey, you hurt? I'm hurt.
On the ground!
Get on the fucking ground.
The smoke cleared. The officer shouted, "Hands!" The suspect stumbled out, pale and shaken. From dirt road to jail cell, a short trip, but one carrying the most expensive lesson of his life.
Oh.
We're right in front of the middle school.
Pretty close to it.
All right, Tim?
Yeah, I-30 Harrison. Head-on collision with him. We got him in custody.
Little Rock, Arkansas. On the night of the 20th of September 2023, I-440 turned into a battlefield of speed as two cars blasted past at 150 miles per hour. Trooper Lucas flipped on the lights and dove straight into the chase. Steel giant semi-trucks loomed all around these insane machines. Every turn of the wheel was a gamble with death, and the loser wouldn't live long enough to get a ticket. The city lights glow brighter and tighter. Police close in like shadows on asphalt, herding the reckless driver straight into the dead end of destiny. A textbook pit maneuver. The white Challenger spins like a glowing top, sparks painting the sky, a blockbuster scene filmed with the blood and sweat of real officers.
Let me see your fucking hands right now! You! Let me see your hands! Crawl towards me! Crawl towards me! Right!
The door swings open. The reckless driver steps out under flashing lights. The shortest, most expensive ride of his life. Justice has taken the stage.
Put your hand on the car right now! Put your hands on the car! Put your hands behind your back.
Shut the fuck up. Yes, sir. Oh, sir, I'm not over. Hey, shut your mouth. Okay. I'm not gonna run. Okay. Look, I'm not gonna run, sir. I'm not gonna run. You wanna go to the other side? This side's fine. Sit down. Okay. Sit down. All right. Shut up. Damn. She doesn't have nothing to do with it. It's my fault. Sit down. Fuck. All right. Look, get your foot in and we're going to push it.
In Trotwood, five-year-old James Michael Skirvin, after deliberately running over his own daughter, armed himself and drove into a doomed chase with one goal: suicide by cop. Jordan. James's white pickup sped off like a lost soul while officers followed in tense pursuit. Had he stopped earlier, the tragedy might have ended at his own doorstep.
എനിക്ക് 6 മുതൽ 49 മണിക്കൂർ വരെ ലഭിക്കും. ഇതാ നമുക്ക് പോകാം. വീണ്ടും പിന്തുടരൽ വാഹന ബ്രേക്കിൽ.
The highway ahead became his stage of fate. Police tightened the circle, sirens wailed, and the final act of his despair began to unfold.
പവർ 3ലേക്ക് തിരിയാൻ പോകുന്നു. അറുപത്തിയേഴിലെ മോർണിംഗ് പോലെ ഈ വഴി തുടരുക. വശത്തേക്ക്.
The truck fishtailed, tires screaming across the asphalt. James gripped the wheel tighter, his gaze empty the calm before his final explosion of madness.
വാഹനവുമായി പവർ റൈഡർ. ഭാഗം. വടക്ക്. ക്ഷമിക്കണം. 33 തിരിഞ്ഞു നോക്കുന്നു. നമുക്ക് ശരിക്കും ഫയർ ബൗണ്ട്. ഫയർ ഫയർ.
Suddenly, he jerked the wheel, crossing the median and slamming head-on into a police cruiser. Metal crumpled, glass shattered just as collided with his final act of insanity.
പോകാൻ. ശരി. മേലൻ. $83.35. ഡൗൺ. ഷട്ട് ഡൗൺ.
As the smoke cleared, James stepped out under flashing red and blue lights. His suicide by cop failed, leaving only cold handcuffs and a 63-year sentence for 7 minutes of madness.
Michael Richardson was that officer in the vehicle. A statement he prepared was read on his behalf in court, where he addressed the damage Skirvin caused him beyond his physical injuries.
He has lost not only his career, but also his sense of purpose and identity that came with serving his community in uniform. What once gave his life structure, meaning, and pride has been taken from him. Officer Richardson's personal and professional life has been upended.
Before hearing his sentence, we heard from Skirvin, who hopes that Officer Richardson can forgive him.
I did not intentionally target Officer Richardson. I understand what he's going through more than he may know, and I hope that someday he can forgive me, not for me, but for himself, so that he can move forward. I apologize deeply to him and his family and anybody else who was injured that day.
Skirvin was then sentenced to 58 years to 63.5 years in prison.
And I found, and the jurors agreed, that your testimony was self-serving and inconsistent with the evidence.
Montgomery County Judge Elizabeth Ellis going over details of the case during the sentencing, as well as something that Skirvin said to his lawyers.
Your attorneys quoted you in the sentencing memorandum saying that I led a law-abiding life for 54 years and I ruined it in 7 minutes. Except you didn't just alter your life, Mr. Skirvin. You altered the lives of your daughter, Captain Samples, Sergeant Cairns, the other law enforcement officers on the scene, and you permanently altered the life of Officer Michael.